Hey everyone! For anyone who prefers music during this class ahead, I want you to hit pause and go to your iTunes account or Spotify and play whatever list you prefer. I have one on iTunes you're more than welcome to use. The one song we will have in this video will be during Shavasana. So the moment we go to the floor, I want you to press pause on your music. Enjoy class, guys. See you soon. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to be able to give you material like this so you can sit at home and relax, turn the TV off, light a candle, and let's just focus on ourselves for this next 45 minutes to an hour. So let's start by interlacing our hands underneath our chin and connecting our elbows together at the top of our mat. So connect your feet together as well and really root your toes into the floor. And we're going to start with pranayama. So on the inhale, draw your chin into your chest and open up your elbows as you push your belly forward. And on a vocal exhale, look all the way up to the sky, squeezing the elbows back together, pinching the last breath out of your lungs. And then again, pick it up, big inhale, open up, really stretching the base of each finger. And on the exhale, let a big deep sigh out. Beautiful. So inhale, chin to chest, open up. And then a vocal exhale, release it out. So the deeper we exhale, the more phrenic nerves we calm in our body. So inhale, chin to chest, open up. And then slowly exhale, that deep sigh. And we're going to keep this for another 3 to 5 breaths. Inhale as we open up. Vocal exhale as we release, creating more internal heat in the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great, and 2 more. Deep inhale, chin to chest, open up, pushing out the belly. Vocal sigh, exhale. And last one, great big inhale, open up, let it out, exhale. Now drop your hands by your sides and just shrug your shoulders high up into your ears and then drop them far away from the neck. So you're broadening your chest, your palms are open, close your eyes. We can stay here as we open up our palms, or we can place our right hand over our heart and our left hand to our belly as we start to set our intentions for our practice. Any beautiful, motivational, passionate words that we can focus on, so that in any moment of pain or panic attack, we can come back to these words, breathe slow, remind ourselves we are exactly where we need to be. And when you're finished, on the inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky, upward handstand, drawing your shoulders away from your ears, hugging your navel to spine. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, isometrically pull in opposite directions, swan dive all the way down and forward fold. So start to bend your knees, sway from side to side. You can grab opposite elbows if you want to. Focusing on drawing more weight into our toes here, so that we can draw more weight forward out of our heels. Let's drop our hands to the ground, and on the inhale, look out. And on the exhale, forward fold. Now let's start to roll ourselves up 1 vertebrae at a time. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And this time just take a soft back bend. Open up. And then come back to center. Swan dive it all the way down and take a forward fold. Inhale, look out. Step your left foot all the way back so you're in right side lunge. Pressing into your toes to really lift out of your wrists so you're not jamming your fingertips into the mat. Look forward, you're moving your shoulders away from your neck. Now plant your palms, step your right foot back, plank pose. So we're not poking our tailbone up, but we're in a straight line. Take a great big inhale, let a vocal exhale out, and now drop your knees to the floor. As we start to take cat-cow, on the inhale, roll the shoulders, look up. And on the exhale, push the ground away from you, draw your chin to your chest, navel to spine. Inhale, roll the shoulders, look up as we focus on heating each and every vertebrae in the spine. Exhale, squeeze it out. Pinch the last breath out and then think about rolling the shoulders, look up, big inhale. Exhale, keep it going at your own pace. one more good exhale. And then come back into tabletop and start to reverse your wrists in opposite directions, pointing your fingers towards your knees as much as you can. And then think about your shoulders again. You're moving them away from your neck as you look down. You're reaching the crown of your head forward. Maybe you sit back. You can tuck your toes. You can levitate the knees a couple inches off the floor. Maybe you like to take a downward facing dog here, or you can even bend your elbows and scoot your chest forward. Maybe you float one leg off, maybe both. So we're creating so much tension in our wrists here. We want to be able to counteract this pressure. So let's come onto the tops of the hands, point the fingers towards one another, make gentle fists, maybe bend the elbows. And then let's come back into tabletop pose. And let's heat the belly up a bit further. So tuck the toes. We're going to come in a floating tabletop, coming high to the knees. Very gently press it all the way back into downward facing dog. So start to pedal the feet. Let's bend the left knee and melt the right heel all the way down. You're dropping your head away from your shoulders. You're pressing your chest towards the thigh that's bending. And then bend into your right knee, melt your left heel all the way back. Let the right leg sweep up to the sky. Step it all the way through, right side lunge. So we're back to the beginning. Look forward. Step your left foot up to meet your right and fold. Inhale, look out. Vocal exhale. Roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Reach your arms up to the sky. Take a back bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, look out. Step your right foot back. We're now in left side lunge. High to the fingertips. Look forward. Focus on drawing your left knee right above your ankle. Your right heel is right above your toes. Now plant your palms, step your left foot back, plank. This time we'll take chaturanga. Draw your shoulders past your wrists. Come into low push-up. Your shoulders never pass your elbows here. Now untuck your toes, come into upward facing dog. So you're pointing your toes forcefully to the back. You're rising your knees. Now tuck your chin to your chest and roll yourself up. Press it back, down dog. Left leg sweeps the sky. Step it all the way through. Left side lunge. Look forward. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Fold. Now bring your feet together, lift all 10 toes, bend into your knees, and take chair. Reach your arms up to the sky, making sure you can see all 10 toes if you look down. So that's the proper alignment. So keeping all 10 toes lifted, drawing your shoulders away from your neck, hug your navel tightly, and then come halfway down. We're still breathing big through our diaphragm. Come high to the toes, start to float. And as slowly as you can, forward fold, take your time. And then connect your heels back to the floor. Inhale, look out. Exhale, fold. Lift all 10 toes, Utkatasana, set 2. Bend into your knees, sweep your arms up. Now this time bring your hands to heart center and we're gonna hook our left elbow to the outside of our right thigh. So making sure your arms are in a straight line. So your right elbow to your left. You're pressing so deep into your right palm that you're twisting your thumbs closer to the center of your chest. Now try to keep all 10 toes lifted to activate the legs. And then focus on your breath here as you're oxygenating your organs. So a big inhale through the belly, and on every exhale, twist a bit more. Give it one more exhale, and then bring it back up into chair pose. Reset by straightening out your legs for a moment. And on the exhale, come right back into it. And let's take it to the other side, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. So pressing deep into your right palm, lifting all 10 toes, making sure both knees are equal. The right knee tends to pop forward, so just bring that back, level your feet out, level your legs out. Give it one more deep exhale. And then inhale, reach both arms all the way up. You're gonna interlace your hands, draw your shoulders away from your neck, and very gently you're gonna hinge your hips to the left as you pull to the right for crescent moon. Digging deep into your right toes to open up your left side. Look up to the sky as you reach. Make sure that shoulder on your left is pulling down. We can stay here. Maybe we like to drop a hand down a thigh. And then bring it back up and take it to the other side. Making sure you can hear your own breath at this time, especially if you have your music playing. And then inhale, bring it up. And on the exhale, just swan dive all the way down to the floor. Inhale, look out. Exhale, forward fold. Now bring your feet hip distance apart, which is 2 fists distance in measurement. Lift all 10 toes. Roll yourself up halfway and bend into your knees for chair. Reach your arms up. So we're going to take floating chair from here. You're going to come high to the tips of your toes again. So your legs are wide this time. You're going to come halfway down. So we have an option to stay here. If you want, you can start to take Bakasana Crow, bringing your hands to the floor. You can start to tuck your knees in towards your armpits. Maybe you lift one leg off the ground, maybe both. And while you're there, you focus on breathing. Big inhales. And then wherever you are, whether you're in floating chair or whether you're in Bakasana, we're going to plant our palms and shoot our legs back. So you can walk, jump, or float. And we're going to take our Vinyasa, low push-up. Untuck the toes, upward facing dog. Now drop your knees and start to just round the spine to all 4 corners of the mat. So you're just opening up, making large circles with the body. And as we promote a little more heat in the belly, by squeezing these breaths out of our nose, maybe you start to take in an opposite direction. And then come back into tabletop pose. Let's start to reach our right arm out and extend our left leg behind us. So the nose is pointing down, reach the crown of the head forward, inhale, and on the exhale, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Inhale, reach it out, the left leg comes no higher than your tailbone. Find your alignment, exhale, round it in. Now last one, inhale, reach out. On the exhale, round it in. Now inhale, reach your right arm out, plant your palm, round and curl your left knee into your nose. Tuck your right toes under and extend your left leg all the way up to the sky. Now bend your left knee, open up your hip. As we start to wake up the left leg a bit more, we're breathing into our right hamstring. Come high to the right toes. And on the exhale, round and curl your knee into your nose. Nasasana. Squeeze the breath out. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, step it all the way through. And let's take a twist. Right hand down, left arm up to the sky. Making sure your alignment is in cue, your knee right over your ankle. Now as you bring your left hand down, drop your right knee to the floor. Reach both arms up to the sky. Interlace your hands. Point your index fingers. Draw your chin to your chest and round and curl. Forehead to knee, fingertips to toes. Now we're not here for long. Squeeze your breath out. On the inhale, let it pull you up. Biceps behind the ears, open up, back bend. And then swan dive both hands down and take a half split. Flex your foot, spread your toes. You have an option to stay here. If you use blocks, use blocks. The idea is to make sure that your spine is as straight as possible here. So blocks are a great modification in this pose. If you feel like you're not getting enough, you can walk both hands to the left. This will help you work on your IT band as you breathe slow through your nose. We want to trap as much heat as possible into our belly, so we use our nostrils at all times to breathe. And then come back, tuck your right toes under, find left side lunge, and reach both arms all the way up to the sky. High crescent pose. So your right leg is as straight as possible. If you feel it buckling, you can drop your knee and modify. But wherever we are, we're going to come halfway down. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. And let's start to tuck our back toes and hop off the leg, warrior 3. Looking forward. Try to keep the right leg lifted. And then right foot meets the left. Inhale, reach both arms up. And on the exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, look out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look out. Exhale, fold. Now roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Reach both arms all the way up to the sky. Take a back bend, open up. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, look out. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Now start to bend the left knee, melt the right heel again. And then bend the right knee, melt the left heel. And then very gently come high to the tips of the toes. Bend deep into both knees, turbo facing dog. And very gently drop the knees all the way to the floor. Tabletop. As we get ready, reach your left arm out this time. Extend your right leg behind you. Inhale, get long, and on the exhale, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, round it in. One more, inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, reach it out. Plant your left palm. Exhale, round and curl your right knee to your nose. Tuck your left toes. Extend the right leg back and up. Bend your knee, open up your hip, roll the ankle. Finding synovial fluids in our right hip, our knee, our ankle, our toes. Come high to the left toes, point the right leg high up. Round and curl, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it all the way up. And then step the right foot all the way through. And let's take that lunge twist. Left hand down, extend your right arm all the way up. Now bring your right hand down. Drop your left knee to the floor. Reach both arms all the way up to the sky. Interlace your hands, chin to chest, round and curl. Forehead to knee, fingertips to toe. Now squeeze the breath out of the belly. Inhale pulls you all the way up and take a back bend. Open up. Swan dive, both hands down, and let's take a half split. Flex your foot. Again, try to straighten out the spine as much as you can. And then maybe you walk your hands to the right for a deeper stretch. Checking in with our breath. Start to walk it back to center. Tuck your left toes, come back into right side lunge, and reach both arms up, high crescent pose. Shoulders away from the neck, navel to spine. You're shifting your left hip forward. Maybe you drop your knee if you want to modify. Let's come halfway down. Hands to heart center, and hop off your left leg, warrior three. Left foot meets the right, reach both arms up. Let's bring both hands to our lower back for a modified back bend. So start to press your pelvic floor forward, open up your chest, and drop your head. Now inhale, rise up, interlace your hands behind your back. You're gonna take a big step to the right. So pivot both toes in, heels out, roll your shoulders and open up your chest. And on the exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Deep shoulder stretch. So soften into your knees, draw weight into your toes and drop your head completely. So it's really not about our legs here, it's more about how deep we can get our shoulders into this stretch so that we can truly breathe into them. Give it 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, slowly release. Inhale, look out. Now start to walk your hands off the mat for wide-legged down dog. So press into your hands, melt your chest all the way down. We're elongating our spine. We're opening up. We're pointing our sits bones to the sky so we can breathe directly into our lungs. So we're gonna take 3 lion's breaths, truly sticking the tongue out, widening the eyes, making vocal exhales. Big inhale. Exhale. 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 Big inhale. And then again, a vocal exhale. We'll take 2 more. Big inhale, vocal exhale, and last one, great big inhale, let it out. And then just start to walk your hands back onto the mat. Take your 2-piece finger bind to your big toes. Inhale, look out first. So we're straightening out our spine. Bend your elbows and pull yourself down. Sometimes we really need to bend into our knees here. And as we're pulling on our toes and our elbows are bent, we're dropping our head away from our shoulders. Think about rising your sits bones a bit higher up towards the ceiling. Try to relax your face, release your jaw. And then slowly release. Inhale, look out. Walk back into left side lunge. And very gently step your left foot back to meet your right, Vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. Let's walk our hands back to meet our feet. Let's bring our feet hip distance apart and let's take Padahastasana from the front. Sliding our hands underneath our feet so our toes press into our wrist creases. Maybe you really have to bend your knees for this one. So we're bending our elbows out and we're dropping our head completely. So we're releasing that tension away from the neck. So again, we're thinking about rising our sits bones up. Maybe you bend one leg and then straighten out one, vice versa. Giving this some time. Let's give this 2 more breaths. And then very gently release. Start to roll yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. Reach your arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, draw your right knee into your chest, interlacing your hand around the shin. So even if you let go of your knee, it's still pulling in. This is how much energy you need. So you're pulling your knee into your chest, you're flexing your foot. You have an option to stay here. You can take the 2-piece finger bind to your big toe and extend the leg out. So whether we have the leg or the knee, we're gonna take it out to the right, making sure we flex our foot if we have our knee and reaching your arm to the left. If you wanna challenge yourself further, you can look over to the left. Most importantly, we're remembering to breathe through our belly. Bring it back to center. Grab the outside of the thigh or the foot and reach your right arm behind you as you open up. So half or full dancing Shiva as we stay here, grounding into our left toe mounds. Reach your right arm back around, and as you tap the knee, open up into airplane pose. So opening up your arms wide, your right leg is high. Very gently, we're gonna tilt our left fingertips to a block or the floor. And extend your right arm up for half moon. Try to flex your right foot, try to stack your hips, breathe. And then bring your right hand down. Square off your hips by flexing your foot and bring your left hand to your hip or up to the sky. Now bring your left hand down. Keep your right leg lifted. We're gonna walk it all the way out into 1-legged down dog. So keep the hips squared off, flex the foot and spread the toes. So we're making a big footprint behind us. The furthest part of our body reaching is our heel. Lift it up just a bit higher. Good, and then step it all the way through. Bring your back foot 45 degrees, and let's cartwheel up into Warrior Two. Our strongest sequence. Our shoulders are far away from our neck, as if 2 people are pulling us in opposite directions. Find force here. As our knees directly over our ankle, we're hugging our belly in. Start to flip your right palm. Bring your left hand down your thigh and exalt. Keep your right knee bent, open up. Bring it back up, and we'll take extended side angle. Right forearm to your thigh for support, and reach your left arm all the way up. Maybe you open up both arms and exalt. Maybe you like to take a half bind here after a couple breaths. You can take a full bind, wrapping your right arm underneath your leg, interlacing both hands. Maybe you simply like to exalt and bring your bicep over your ear. There's many options here. Let's just focus on keeping that right knee bent, pressing deep into the toe mound. We'll give it 3 more breaths. Good, now the last breath, inhale, rise it up. Straighten out the front leg. You can heel toe your back foot in if you want. We're gonna flip our right palm and take triangle now with straight legs. So reach your whole body forward. Keep reaching with your right palm and then tilt it down onto a block, onto your shin, maybe onto your foot or the floor. Our bodies are so beautifully diverse. Some torsos are longer than others, some are shorter. So just go to where you feel this solely in your left side. Keep reaching your left arm high up. If you want a deeper stretch, you can then start to bring your bicep over your ear. Let's take a couple vocal exhales while we're here. Big inhale, let it out. And again, big inhale, and then let it out. Guide yourself back up. Bring your left hand down your thigh and exalt with straight legs. Reach your right arm up. Now slowly come back to stand. Bring your hands to your hips. Heel toe the back foot in halfway and square off to the front. So very gently reach both arms up to the sky. Interlace your hands. Point your index fingers just like we did, dropping our knee. Draw your chin to your chest. You're gonna round and curl. Forehead to knee, fingertips to right big toe. Focus on rounding your upper spine, drawing your chin into your chest and breathing. Now release your hands. You're gonna roll the outside blades of both feet to the right for standing steer. So working on our right IT band, we can stay here with our left palm right underneath our nose. If we wanna reach our right arm up to the sky, we can, or we can just take a half bind here, bringing our hand right behind our lower back. And then release. Bring it back to center, so left foot is 45 degrees still as we point our right toes. Interlace your hands and start to roll yourself up the same way you came down. And then sift your left arm underneath your right, binding your arms together. If you can't catch your palms, hold your shoulders. Bring your left knee into your chest. So we can stay here, or we can start to wrap our left leg around our right. Maybe we start to sit down a bit lower. You can start to bow. Any variations that you like to take. Slowly bring it back up. And as you bring your knee into your chest, keep that bind, extend that left leg back. Try to step it all the way down. Drop your knee to the floor. Take a bound back bend, open up. And then start to reach both arms up. And on the exhale, bring your hands to heart center and hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Planting your right palm deep into your left. You have an option to stay here. You can tuck the back toes and you can lift the back leg. Maybe this is enough. If you want to go a step further, you can exalt both arms. Maybe you take a bind. As we focus on twisting our belly and breathing. And then release. You're going to bring both hands to the inside of the foot. Heel toe your right foot out as we take low lizard lunge. Maybe we stay here on our hands. Maybe use 2 blocks and bring your forearms down, or you can come all the way down to the floor. Focusing on opening up our right hip to release some emotion here. Now is the time to truly breathe as deep as you can. Focus on the in and outs of your breath. Maybe use your forearms to kind of slowly sway from left to right, exploring the tension in the right hip flexor. Now when you're ready, start to come up onto your hands. Bend your left knee, reach your right arm around and catch a hold of the toes for quad stretch. Rolling your shoulder. So if you can't catch your toes, that's fine. Just reach your right arm up to the sky to open up your hip. And then slowly release. Heel toe your right foot back to center. And this time let's take a half or full split. Now that we've opened up our hip, let's focus back into our hamstring as we breathe. And if you're taking that full split, make sure you tuck your back toes under to keep your hips squared off. You want to focus on shifting your left hip forward as you ground your right hip back. Now slowly start to make your way back out of it. We're going to find ourselves in a modified right side lunge. As you tuck your back toes, find right side lunge. You're just going to scoop the left knee behind the right and take a seat. Bring your right hand to the base of your back to straighten out your spine. Go ahead and reach your left arm around and hook a twist. As you look over your right shoulder, your right hand is there to prop you up a bit higher. Now breathe through your belly, and on an exhale, twist a bit more. Now slowly release, counteract over to the left. And as you come back up, you're going to extend your right leg over to the right side of the mat. And we're going to take a side stretch as we plant our right palm to the floor. Just swing your left arm over. Looking up towards the ceiling or the sky. Inhale, come back up. Bring your left hand to the base of the back. Press into your knee and take a back bend. Open up. And as you come back down, straighten out both legs for straddle. As you pull your fleshy padding away from your sits bones, focus on a flat spine as you hinge your hips forward, grounding your pelvic floor towards the ground. And we can stay here, we can use blocks, or we can come to our forearms. Try to keep the feet flexed. Now slowly come back up. You're going to scoop your right foot to meet your left at the front of the mat. Pulling your fleshy pads away from your sits bones again, reach both arms up. Our first forward fold on the floor, staff pose. So grab wherever you can and just drop your head, relax your neck. And as you slowly come up, bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh as we swing our left leg around for pigeon pose. So you can tuck your back toes and lift your hips for a moment if you want. And then start to come all the way down onto your forearms. Now, if this hurts your knee at all, you can lay on your back. You can bring your right ankle over your thigh, and as you lay down, you can interlace underneath your left leg. Maybe use a towel or a strap here, and then just rest your head to the floor. If you are in a full pigeon, just shifting your left hip forward, grounding your right hip back, seeing how this feels. We're gonna be here for a few breaths. So take your time in this pose. Slow your breath down. As we have moments of thoughts here, start to tap back into your beautiful intentions that you've created for your own self. So when you're ready, start to make your way back up. If you want to stay in this pose, feel free to just press pause on the video, and you're more than welcome to be here for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, bend your left knee, reach your left arm around and catch a hold of the toes for quad stretch. So pull the foot in. This is one variation. If you want to take mermaid, you can bring your forearm to the top of your foot and reach your right arm around. Or you can take any other variation that you like. Making sure you can hear your breath, tune in. And then release. Tuck your left toes, extend your right leg back and up and shake it out. Look under your left armpit. If you want to take a dancer's bridge, you can. Drop your foot over your head and open up. Otherwise, just stay right here and bend your knee. Now bring it back around. We're in one-legged plank. We're going to take one-legged trianga. Round forward, one-legged low push-up, one-legged upward-facing dog. Press it back. Right foot meets the left. Down dog. Big inhale. Big exhale out. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. And take a forward fold. Now the feet are going to come out hip distance again. And then this time we're going to slide our hands underneath our heels for Padahastasana from the back. So really cupping the heels as much as possible. Eventually the forearms will come right behind the calves, and then just drop your head. So maybe you bend one knee, straighten out one leg at a time. Thinking about just releasing all that tension away from your neck as you draw more weight into your toes. Give it one more big exhale. And then slowly release, rolling yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Reach both arms up to the sky. And then bring your left knee into your chest. Flexing your foot, spreading your toes. You can bind the two-piece finger grip if you took it on the other side. Otherwise, keep your knee right close to your heart, and then we're going to bring it out to the left, reaching our arm to the right. And if we have the knee, keep the foot flexed. Maybe you challenge yourself, look over to the right. Now bring it back to center. Grab the outside of the thigh or the foot and extend your arm behind you. Keep that left foot flexed. Bring your left hand back around, and as you tap the knee, open up, airplane pose. Guide your right fingertips to a block or the floor, or to Chandrasana, half moon. Extend your left arm up. Bring your left hand to a block or the floor, right hand to your hip as you keep your left foot flexed. We're squaring off. Maybe you reach your right arm up. Now bring your right hand down. Walk your hands all the way out for that one-legged down dog and keep your left foot flexed. Exhale, step it all the way through. Bring your back foot 45 degrees and cartwheel it all the way up into Warrior Two. So again, our broad, strong sequence. In Virabhadrasana, shoulders away from the neck. Hide your right hand behind your left. Now flip your left palm, right hand down your thighs. You keep your left knee bent deep. Breathe through your belly. You're opening up your left rib cage. Guide yourself back up and hook a side angle. Left forearm to your thigh for that support. Extend your right arm up. We've got 5 breaths here, so take any variation. One more big inhale. And when you're ready, come back up into Warrior Two. Straighten out your front leg. Heel toe the back foot in a couple inches if you need it. Flip your left palm as we take Trikonasana. Lean forward. Left hand comes to the shin, maybe the block, or again your foot or the floor, depending on how tall or how short we are as we reach our arm up. Let's bring our bicep over our ear. And let's let 2 big inhales out. Vocal exhale. And 1 great big inhale. Vocal exhale. Guide yourself up and exalt. Right hand down your thigh. Extend your left arm up. And as you come back to center, bring your hands to your hips, heel toe the back foot in halfway. Square off to the front. Reach both arms up. Interlace your hands. Point your index fingers. Draw your chin to your chest. Round and curl. All the way down, forehead to knee, fingers to toes. Squeeze the breath out. And then rest your hands to the floor. Roll to the outside blades of both feet as you walk over to the left. Standing steer. Option 1 is both hands on the ground. Maybe your right hand comes underneath your nose as you reach your left arm up for option 2, or maybe you take that half bind for option 3. Now, are we breathing? Focus on our breath. Good, now slowly release. Walk it back to the front, back foot 45, you're pointing your left toes forward. Interlace your hands the same way you came into it. Round yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. As we get ready for eagle pose. Threading our right arm underneath our left, so again, maybe you can't grab your hands, grab your shoulders. Bring your right knee to your chest. Option 1 is to stay here. Maybe you just focus on balance today. Or you can start to wrap your right leg around your left. Really binding the legs and the arms together, creating new circulation and blood flow in our limbs, and breathing through our bellies, not our chest. Now slowly rise up. Bring our right knee back into the chest. Extend it back for bound warrior 3. Take your time, find a focal point on the floor. Step it all the way back. Drop your knee to the ground. Take a bound back bend. And then reach both arms up. Bring your hands to heart center. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh and take a prayer twist. We can stay here. We can start to tuck our back toes under and lift. And then release. Drop your knee, bring both hands to the inside of the foot and heel to the left foot out. Roll to the outside blade of the foot. Low lizard lunge, however you took it on the other side. As we'll be here for quite some time, focus on deep breath. Remind yourself of your intentions again. Now when you're ready, start to come up onto your hands. Bend your right knee, reach your left arm around and catch a hold of the toes, quad stretch. Or again, if you can't grab your foot, just reach your left arm up. And then release. Centering your left foot back to the middle of the mat, and let's take a half or full split on this side. Now when you're ready, make your way back into your modified lunge. And as we tuck the back toes, lift the leg, and you're gonna scoop the right knee behind the left and take a seat. Bringing the left hand to the base of your spine, really rooting the left toes into the ground. Reach your right arm up and just hook the elbow to the outside of the thigh and look over your left shoulder. So big inhale through the nose. On a deep exhale, twist a bit more. And then release, counteract over to the right. And as you rise up, extend your left leg to the left side of the mat. Right foot to the inside of the thigh, left hand down, swing your right arm over, take a side stretch. Inhale, bring it up, right hand to the base of the back, press into your knee and open up. Back bend. Now slowly come back down. We're gonna roll onto both knees and come into frog. So start to flex both feet and widen both legs in opposite directions. Maybe come down onto your forearms, or maybe you like to stay on your hands. And if we're on our forearms or our hands, just focus on pressing back a bit more as we flex our feet. Just one more breath. And when you're ready, start to make your way out. You can always just walk forward and straighten out the legs, and then just take a seat. Kick the legs out. Second set of staff, pulling the fleshy padding away from your sits bones, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, forward fold. And when you're ready, peel yourself up. Left foot to the inside of the right thigh as you swing your right leg around for pigeon pose on the left. So drawing your right hip forward, pushing your left hip back and coming down. We take our time in pigeon pose. So try to get as comfortable as possible as we just sit here and breathe. Now when you're ready, start to prop yourself back up, or you can stay here. Bend your right knee, reach your right arm around and catch a hold of the toes. Pull it in. Any variation that you like to take here. Maybe you took on the other side. And then slowly release. Tuck your right toes under, extend your left leg back and up, shake it out. If you want to take that dancer's bridge, drop your foot over your head and take a back bend. Otherwise, stay here in one-legged down dog. Now bring your left hand back around if you're taking that dancer's bridge, and let's round it all the way forward into Trianga. One-legged low push-up, one-legged up dog. And then downward facing dog, your left foot meets your right. Take a great big inhale, let a vocal exhale out. Now center your right hand in the middle of the mat. We're gonna roll our left ankle over our right and take side plank. Extend your left arm up to the sky. So if this is too much, you can always drop your right knee to the floor and modify. So you're rising your hips up, you're pressing them up. Any variation that you like to take, you can bring your bicep over your ear. And then slowly bring your left hand down. We'll take it to the other side, toppling your right ankle over your left. And then extend your right arm up to the sky. You can drop your knee. Bring your bicep over your ear. And then bring your right hand down. Let's take our last vinyasa, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press it back, downward facing dog. And let's walk our hands all the way to the back. This time, inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Cup your palms together as we take a traditional warrior three. You're gonna step your right foot halfway through, and the moment your right toes press into the mat, you lift off your left toes. And then create a capital T with your body. You're hugging your navel tightly in as you're pointing your fingertips forward, you're pointing your left toes behind you. So again, as if two people are pulling you in opposite directions, you're in a tightrope. You're focusing on our lower back. Slowly rise up and step the left foot all the way through, taking the exact same pose. Pointing your right toes to the back of the room this time as both hands, all fingertips, are reaching forward. Breathe. And then right foot meets the left. Take your last back bend, open up. And on the exhale, swan dive all the way down. You're gonna bend into your knees, take a seat on your sits bones, and try to float your knees into your chest for half boat. Reach both arms up. We can stay here, take full boat. Wherever you are, we're gonna come halfway down and hold. Stay here as you flex your feet, take a big inhale. Let a vocal exhale out. Again, inhale. Exhale. And one more inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Let's kick both feet up to the sky. Just a bit of core work. We're gonna keep our feet flexed, and very gently, we're not even lifting the tailbone. You're just gonna lift your heels up a bit higher and then release. So you squeeze and then release. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. On 3, point your toes and hold. Exhale, release. On 2, point your toes and hold. Release, and last one, point your toes, hold, and then release. Bring your right knee into your chest, bring your left leg all the way down. Now flex your right foot and spread your toes. As you're compressing your femoral artery, you're pulling the knee in, and you're massaging the ascending colon of your beautiful body. So make the work count. All these simple cues make such a big difference with the benefit. So keep pulling it in, big inhales. And then on the exhale, take a belly twist as you pull your knee all the way to the left. And reach your arm to the right as you look to the right, grounding both shoulders firmly to the floor. And taking a big inhale through your nose. And letting a deep exhale out of the nose, out of the mouth as we start our cool off process. And then gently bring it back to center. Release it down, bring your left knee into your chest, flexing the foot, pulling it tightly in. And then slowly bring it over to the right, reach your arm to the left. Grounding both shoulders down again, breathing however you want as you cool off your belly. And then gently bring it back to center. Bend both knees as you place the feet to the floor. Let's get ready for our bridge pose. Our feet are about hip distance apart. We can interlace our hands underneath our back. We can plant our palms to the floor or even grab our ankles here. And as we get ready, tuck our shoulders under, dig into your toes, and rise your pelvic floor up. Only looking up towards the sky, towards the ceiling, protecting your neck, Giving it a big inhale, rising up a bit higher. Staying here as you really dig into the toes. And then gently come down as you windshield wipe your knees from left to right, loosening out your lower back as we get ready for our second set. So we're going to take bridge or full wheel this time. If you take full wheel, just be very mindful of the grip on your mat. And when you're ready, start to rise up. As we open up our chest, we're creating natural energy to our body. And then slowly come down, bend at your knees, grab the outside blades of your feet to counteract this lower back tension with happy baby. So start to sway from left to right, side to side, unravel your spine a bit more. And as you're grabbing on the outside blades of your feet, pull down a bit deeper. Maybe you start to take the 2-piece finger bind to your big toes for wide-legged straddle, straightening out a bit more. Now we can keep the bind on our toes, or we can grab our calves or our thighs, whatever feels best. And on the exhale, we're going to slowly bring our legs up to the sky, drop our hands to the floor as we get ready for our shoulder stand variations. So first, let's just bring our feet hip distance apart and start to roll the ankles, wiggle the toes, letting all that blood flow travel back down into your knees, into your thighs, into your hips. Knowing that this takes some time, we can stay here. We can place a block underneath our lower back for restorative approach. Or we can come all the way up into our full shoulder stand. And once you're in your shoulder stand, wherever you are, again, think about how long this takes. So stay here. Let that blood flow keep traveling down. And when you're ready, you can start to take plow pose, lowering your feet over your head whenever you're ready. You can keep your legs straight, or you can start to bend your knees for an ear compression pose. Give it a couple good exhales here. And see just how slow you can roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time onto the mat, peeling yourself all the way to the floor. And our second to last pose will be fish pose. So when you're ready, we're going to rise up onto our forearms. So prop yourself up, walk your hands towards your hips, arch your spine, and drop your head down towards the floor. Taking a big inhale through your nose as you point your toes. Let a big exhale out. And again, a big inhale. Big exhale out. And one more big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Start to peel yourself to the floor. Untuck your shoulders, open up your palms. Get yourself as comfortable as you want. As we're preparing for our final pose, relaxing our faces, coming back into these beautiful intentions that we've been remembering throughout the class. Just take a soft inhale through your nose and let one last exhale out of the mouth. Coming into our final Shavasana. Relax the face, close the eyes. And when you're ready, start to take a big inhale through your belly. On a vocal exhale, breathing life out of the nose, out of the mouth, as we start to wiggle our toes and our fingers. Start to roll your ankles, roll your wrists, simply acknowledging how incredibly blessed we are to move and breathe at the simple thought. And then just start to reach your arms over your head. Give yourself a great big stretch, point your toes. And on the exhale, embrace your legs, bend your knees, give yourself a great big hug. Start to sway from side to side, pressing into your lower lumbar. And eventually rolling over to your right hand side in a fetal pose. Planting your left palm into the floor. Let's start to rock ourselves up into a comfortably seated pose, adjusting our stance, straightening out our spine, and bringing our hands to heart center, connecting our thumbs to our sternum so we can truly feel our heartbeat, coming back into our wonderful intentions, taking a big inhale, letting a vocal exhale out. Bringing our hands up to our third eye. May we always have beautiful thoughts. Take a big inhale. Let a vocal exhale out. And let us bring it all the way up to the crown of our head, taking a great big inhale. Let a vocal exhale out. Bringing our hands back to heart center and bowing into ourselves, saying namaste. Yogi Bears, thank you so much. We will see you soon.